I'm Richard Southern in the 680 Newsroom. Happy New Year to you. We're here now in 2020, and we decided to take a look at what to expect here in the new year financially. First off, investors will be wanting to know, can the rally roll on? 2019 was very good to stocks. The best year for Bay Street in quite a number of years. TSX really performed quite strongly. So did Wall Street. We saw repeated record highs for both the Toronto and New York stock markets amid some relatively strong corporate earnings and generally low interest rates. Speaking of interest rates, that's going to be a big question here. Will the Bank of Canada this year cut interest rates? It hasn't done so in a while, whereas the central banks in the United States and elsewhere have been busy cutting interest rates. Cannabis stocks, boy, they were in the spotlight again last year. We saw a big rally up until last April when things went south. The cannabis companies started to report earnings and they weren't good. A lot of losses. Where did those names go this year? And will so-called Cannabis 2.0 help? Last month we had the new products hitting the market, the new edibles. We'll see if that boosts the bottom line for the cannabis stocks here in 2020. Probably the biggest thing to look ahead to, though, financially this year is going to be the U.S. federal election in November, the presidential election. And Moody's Analytics, who has a great track record of predicting these things, thinks it knows what's going to happen. It's predicting Donald Trump will get reelected in a landslide. And it says that owes to the health of the U.S. economy, which is quite good. We have the U.S. unemployment rate at its lowest level since the 60s. So that U.S. election, that's going to be a market mover, no doubt, as will Trump's trade efforts, what's going to happen on the U.S.-China trade front and indeed the U.S.-Canada trade front. The R word is what a lot of people will be looking at this year, recession. Are we going to see one? We've seen some of the economic metrics slow down. Some say we're overdue for a recession. So close eye will be paid here this year to all of the economic data points to see if we do see a slowing economy in Canada and the U.S. So lots to look ahead to financially here in 2020. In the 680 Newsroom, Richard Southern, City News.